sisters and everybody here present as we do the Saturday Salve. I did want to take a moment just to tell you about the Saturday Salve. The Saturday Salve goes back 800 years, just like our community does. Salve Regina, of course, in Latin. But also these prayers to our founder. This prayer, the Salve Regina, the Hail Holy Queen, was a prayer that the friars would say as they were going out on ransom, as they would send two of their friars to go out and redeem the captives, in asking for Our Lady's blessings. In the Third Order, the lay people were intricately involved in that work from the very beginning. In the very beginning, we could not have done anything without our lay people who were involved as Third Order members in different aspects. Sometimes they would even wear the habit, as we'll talk about in a minute. But they were a very important part of collecting the alms and then of actually, tangibly being able to free the captives. Then when the friars would come back, hopefully with a lot of captives, many times they were still wearing their chains and so forth, as they came back from Muslim territories where they were enslaved and had lost their freedom. Then, with a great sound of rejoicing, everybody, whether it be the sisters, the priests, the lay people, we all prayed to Mary, the Hail Holy Queen, in thanksgiving for what had happened. So every Saturday we do the Saturday Salve tradition for hundreds of years in our order, and also the sprinkling with holy water. Usually not as much as I got Katie, but yet still, the sisters really like holy water. So don't think that I'm like torturing them or something because they ask for it. So, you know, that's what they get, you know. So anyways, our Blessed Mary Ann of Jesus is not yet a saint. We hope that someday she will be. She is from the 16th century in Spain, in Madrid. She was a woman who was kind of sickly. She had a lot of health ailments. She did want to become a sister or a nun at that point. It was only really nuns. There weren't active communities of sisters. But she wanted to become that, but her health prevented her from doing that. So she joined the Third Order. But actually, obviously, that was God's vocation for her. It was not like a consolation prize or anything. That was actually God's vocation for her. And she blossomed. She blossomed under the help of one of the friars, which actually was the Scouts Mercedarians, another group of Mercedarians. There's a few of them left. The Scouts means that they didn't wear shoes. They wear sandals. And actually, they're more contemplative in some ways. But she really blossomed there in Madrid she was very sickly. She actually was only in the Third Order in her promises, which are very important that you make, in her promises for about 10 years. But she just blossomed in her spirituality, that spirituality of generosity, which of course the Mercedarians have, willingness to give everything, you know, those corporal works of mercy and spiritual works of mercy, which we try to practice, our Third Order and our First Order, and also especially prayer, redemptive prayer. Jesus would appear to her, speak to her often. She had that gift, right? She had a special connection to the Eucharist. She had writings which she's written. Some of them are translated from the Spanish, but many are not yet, so hopefully someday we're able to read those. Her body is incorrupt in Madrid. If you ever get a chance to go to Spain, to Madrid, you can see her incorrupt body there present. She's missing a miracle, so pray to her that she would get that miracle so that then she would be able to raise to a saint. From Mary Ann of Jesus, we find out and we discover what Jesus is speaking to us about in the Gospel today, and also the first reading, that there is a primary importance to prayer. The Church places that primary importance on it because really the beatific vision of being in the presence of God, of heaven, is really the highest vocation, we could say. So for those who are monks and nuns, which we're not, we're friars, they do have the highest vocation. That doesn't mean they're going to become holy, but they have that time to pray, that time to grow in their holiness, closeness to God, which mirrors most closely that heavenly reality. But they still have to do that work and that charity towards others, or their prayer will just dry up. They will not be able to grow in holiness. So with Mary and Jesus, she did both of those things, praying for others, caring for the sick, whatever that might be. There's that need in our spiritual life and in our physical life for both. Those times of prayer that we desperately need with God. He teaches us how to love, and then taking that love out to others. So may we continue as Mercedarians with a particular type of spirituality, and that's what God is giving you, a particular spiritual path to walk with us. You share in our spiritual goods. You share in all the prayers of the order when you make your promises of the Third Order member. You share in the prayers after your death. You share in all the prayers, the times we pray 4 times a year, especially in November when we pray for those who have died. We always remember our benefactors and our Third Order members, as well as all the members of our order. The First Order, Friars, the Second Order, the sisters, the nuns, and then the Third Order as well. So, welcome to our family. For those who are already a member, it's always good to see you. For those who are joining, welcome to our family. There's a rich history in spirituality from which you can grow and become, hopefully like Blessed Mary and Jesus, maybe a saint who knows what God has planned for our life.